you doing? Alright, what is up, YouTube? So, once again, I am stuck without content, which really sucks. Sort of. So I actually want to talk about what I've been doing in my kitchen and why I really haven't had time to film anything besides handboarding, and I kind of feel like that was getting repetitive, so I honestly rather just take a break and then maybe do some more handboarding instead of just doing it back to back to back to back. But when I do at-home projects, like whether it's shelves or things like that, or even for clients, most of the time I don't have a time frame, and if I do, it's usually something that only takes a day or two, maybe a week at most, and I can power through it real quick. Where this will have roughly about 100 to 120 man hours into it, this countertop, and we have to be in the kitchen, and it was only a few days ago did this finally get screwed up against the back here, and it's now fully permanently against the wall. So it was pulled out different places, but I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm actually going to show you what I've been doing. So as you can see, nearly all the woodworking is done. So pretty much the idea is it's a 3-foot countertop by 2 feet. It's got a back guard across it. It's got sides on it, etc. And then if we actually open up these doors on the inside, there are 3 shelves, 3 feet wide, because I made this in one section here, and then the small section over there. All of the type of wood is 3/4 inch plywood, followed up by cedar. I ended up getting these wall planks that ended up working out really nice, and I was able to run cedar up the side, cedar across the whole back. I recessed in and dropped in some bar strips. I feel like I could have did that better, but they don't look the worst. I'm sure they could look even worse. And then for this little table section, ran that down there. There's supports against the wall on the inside there. So that's what I've been doing. So pretty much, I spend at least an hour to 2 hours every single night for the past month on this thing, with the exception of maybe one day. But on top of that, usually on Saturday and Sunday, I'm putting in 6+ hours on it. And I'm just trying to get it done. I have other projects, other clients who want things done, and I want to move on to the projects that I can get done in 2 days, 3 days. I'm tired of just a month-long project. And to make it kind of worse, my wife would like 7-foot tall bookshelves, 2 of them, followed up by a TV stand mounted in the wall in our living room. So that's going to be a thing. But in the end, this in total will cost me $600, which sounds like a lot, but when you're buying cabinets and that, it actually really isn't. And then on top of that, this cabinet is custom built. It's not the most appealing when you look at it, but if you look down here, if I move some things, you'll see the heater is here. So this completely had to be cut out and shaped around that heater. And while it doesn't look the most appealing if you look at it, because there's like a 2-inch gap here to 2-inch gap here, that's so heat can escape and there's not going to be any real risk of fire. Plus the entire backside of this was painted with a heat resistant paint. Not the cheapest thing, but definitely well worth it when doing this. And then the whole thing coated in cedar, and then all of it gets finished and ends up becoming a lot darker and a lot nicer and having protection. And then on top of that, to finish it off, I gotta move some tools. This will be the top. So this is the tile my wife picked out for the top of this. The entire top of this is going to be tiled. I believe she's starting on that this week because she wants to do the tiling, and I am not the most experienced when it comes to masonry. But just in case you guys are wondering where I'm at, I promise I'll be done with this soon enough. And actually today and yesterday we were in the 40s, so the snow started to melt. And then tomorrow it's supposed to be just rain, which washes away a lot of the snow. So I really, really have my fingers crossed that this Saturday or Sunday I will have some time to skate. I really hope so. But stay tuned for the bonus clip for something that had me literally laying on my kitchen floor last night, freaking out. So if you look, this bottom piece is one of the doors to the cabinets. I bought this black piece 4 days ago. On the day 1, I cut it down to its size. On day 2, it got painted. On day 3, the cedar got put on. On day 4, I mounted it. And when I was done mounting it, there was a massive bow in it. Fantastic. So currently right now, in hopes not to have to buy more plywood, because that's just the offcuts from the kitchen, and this is most of the offcuts from the kitchen. There's a couple other pieces of wood in there. But I have this like 100-pound sheet of slate on this, and I really hope I can bend it back just from the humidity down here in my basement. And hopefully it'll be fine. Hopefully I don't have to remake it. But that had me on the floor kicking and screaming last night, and my wife was trying to calm me down. But as always, guys, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to be done with this counter soon.